Hi guys and welcome back. Today I'd like to go over the case of why some are arguing for Bitcoin going towards $1 million or possibly higher. These are big bold claims and it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility. And today I'd like to show some of the arguments on why this could be the case. So when we break down where current capitalization of economics is headed, we start to see how things break down in a way where money outflows of possible fiat currencies will go towards harder assets like silver, like gold, and possibly Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So here we see what silver is, currently sitting at $17 billion, and how it's very undercapitalized when compared to other things like cryptocurrencies or gold. Here we see what cryptocurrencies are currently sitting at according to this infographic, and it's a bit dated at this point. It's saying that Bitcoin is at $100 billion when today it's about 3 times that much, so we're sitting at $300 billion. And it's a trend that just keeps on rising. So month over month, you're seeing these huge inflows into cryptocurrencies. So this isn't just, a temporary trend. It looks like it's a new innovation in terms of how we use money and how that money can be transferred. So when we start to go down this infographic, we're seeing how it compares to, say, companies like Apple, Facebook, or your other big name companies. And compared to the richest people in the world, Bitcoin is still a drop in the bucket. Scrolling down to what California's GDP looks like, the Fed's balance sheet, currencies, and here we get to gold. And gold has traditionally maintained its properties as a store of value. And the stock market, this is what currently is very investable, and when we start to see more people adopt cryptocurrencies as a form of investment, we'll start to see these outflows from traditional stock markets into the cryptocurrency sphere. And here we see what the global money supply looks like. And if we just count these 1, 2, 3 as what Bitcoin looks like, you can see that as soon as the adaptation of cryptocurrencies becomes more mainstream, you'll see outflows from the current money supply into these smaller assets like cryptocurrency. Here we see global debt. And this is sort of the elephant in the room that not many people are talking about at this point, is just these astronomical levels of global debt. And when you research something like the fractional reserve banking system, where banks only need 10% of reserve currency in order to print 90% of that as debt, you can start to see how these debts start accumulating exponentially, and we get these massive walls of debt. And here we see global real estate prices that a lot of experts are saying right now is in a bubble, because we're seeing a lot of people push their assets into more tangible reserves. And here we see the derivatives. So from the 2008 financial crisis, we got just a brief glimpse of what problems can come from these derivatives markets, sitting at $544 trillion. And this is something that Satoshi Nakamoto in 2009 hinted at as a reason why he was developing Bitcoin, because he seemed to recognize that these derivatives can cause a cataclysmic effect on the financial system. And when we scroll down, this is only a low estimate. So what's highlighted here in black, you can start to see the magnitude of the problem we're facing when this money that is created by banks through funny money practices and contractual derivatives starts needing a place to go, because this isn't really tied to the actual economy of goods and services being produced. This is just what banks are holding on their ledger. And it has everything to do with the current fiat money that is in circulation and held in reserves at the banks. So this is only the low estimate of $544 trillion. And when we get to the higher estimates, because nobody knows the exact amount of derivatives being held in the world, we're looking at potentially $1.2 quadrillion. And just to get a brief glimpse of how staggering this amount is, you start to see basically sort of the tip of the iceberg that can potentially cause catastrophic impacts in the world financial system. And, with Bitcoin standing at 3 blocks, you can start to see that once we face another financial problem or crisis, this derivatives money will start to outflow into other harder assets like your silvers, your gold, and potentially cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. And this is the argument why some people are saying that Bitcoin could potentially go to $1 million or higher. And it's not an unreasonable claim when you look at the derivatives market and where it currently sits. If you guys are interested, please check out my cryptocurrency trading blog. We will have weekly updates for you. Thank you for your time, and God bless.